You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Thunder Road Thursday to you. How you doing, sir?
Hey, people are loving those, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Lots of huge thank you shout outs. Somebody snags a little $25 gift card from Thunder Road.
Yeah.
Because the place is happening. That's what I'm saying.
I've had people send me through my personal Facebook page photos of them there with their family having fun.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I should share that stuff with you guys. But
you should share it on the
Well, I don't know if
page.
they want it public. Otherwise, they would have posted it on our page.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, and I got to get over there, talk to ownership and management about starting a bumper car axe throwing league. Combine two great activities into one.
There you go.
What could possibly go
I
wrong?
doubt that's going to happen, but I can get you his info. So.
Oh, man. Today happens to be Teen Mental Wellness Day.
Oh, okay.
Good luck with that. Teens, man, I feel.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
I would not want to
moly.
be a kid today for anything.
No.
Nope. All goes to all that screen stuff. All that screen
Yep.
stuff. Social media. Tool of the devil, I say, John. That's what I say.
You do say it.
Tool of the devil. That's all there is to it. Birthdays today. Glad you asked. Daniel Craig. He's James Bond these days.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he
For
is
now.
anymore, but he was.
Yeah, he was. He's 55. Rebel Wilson from Pitch Perfect is 43 today.
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about her.
Yeah, she lost a whole lot of weight. Now she seems very angry on everything I see online. Seriously.
Well,
She does.
she's
It's kind of
hungry.
sad.
She was always and she's beautiful. And I always thought she was beautiful, but she lost a bunch of weight. And like a lot of the stuff she's posting, I'm like, does she seem really angry that she lost weight? I don't know what's going on there. I would be happy to lose weight. I'm working on it, and I'm going to try to be happy if it happens.
Theodore Geisel, born this day.
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Oh,
Yep.
John knew.
Do you know, Seuss is actually his real legit middle name.
Oh, yeah.
Real legit middle name. And John Bon Jovi, 61 today.
I love Bon Jovi.
61 today, was living on a prayer. He had some girl that gave love a bad name. He went out in a blaze of glory. But the 1988 Born to Be My Baby
Oh, I love this song.
has some hard-hitting lyrics.
I bet it does.
A lot of
Deep.
thought went into them. Deep, yes.
I've
Maybe
not really paid attention.
you maybe want to grab a tissue, dim the lights, and prepare to call in sick today to work. My heart beats like a drum. That's never been used before. It's right up there with cuts like a knife, only different. Okay. All night, flesh to flesh, one to one, and it's all right. And I'll never let you go, 'cause there's something I know deep inside. You were born to be my baby. And baby, I was made to be your man.
That's beautiful.
Bon Jovi,
That's beautiful.
1988.
Just makes you tear up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Historically speaking, some quick bits here. Let's see. It was 1965. One of the most popular films of all time, starring Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, premieres. Go on to pick up the Academy Award for Best Picture. The Sound of Music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What stuns me, I've never even seen a scene from that movie
Me
I've
neither.
never seen
in
that
my whole
movie.
life, and it's like I'm wondering why. It's not like I have avoided it on purpose.
No, I've never
I
watched
have
it
because
either.
it's a musical.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I know somebody who that was their favorite movie, and I thought...
Well, that's a lot of people.
And again, I was like, I've never even seen it.
This is
And we
like-
had an argument about that.
It crops up in live theater still to this day all the time.
Yeah,
They keep going. Okay.
I'm not avoiding
No
it. I
interest.
just never had it. It's never been on. So
1983, the Philips Company and Sony collaborate, actually. Go on this day to introduce the world to a new way to get your jam on. Called it the compact disc.
Oh.
The CD.
yeah.
The CD.
What year
What
was
year?
that?
1983.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
okay.
I remember it being in the 80s.
And they were working on, so what do I do with all these cassettes?
I know.
Which was going to be like the best ever, because
Yeah.
when they came out, it's like, What am I going to do with all these 8 tracks?
Get rid of those.
Well, I had just spent like $100,000 with Columbia House getting all the cassettes that I wanted, and then I had to start all over again on CDs. It was a huge pain.
And what she means, she sent in 100,000 pennies, and she had a whole bunch of accounts.
And I had to go back to vinyl. I mean, I had stacks and stacks of albums and 45s when cassettes came out at our 8 tracks.
I just hire bands to come play music live
weird.
for me.
Yeah.
And earlier mentioned is Dr. Seuss's birthday.
Yeah.
And it was just 2 years ago today. They announced 6 books by Dr. Seuss would cease publication because of racist and insensitive imagery.
Insanity.
That's too bad.
Some of the books, let's see, included here, and I think I saw it on Mulberry Street. If I Ran the Zoo, On Beyond Zebra, The Cat's Quizzer, and a couple others. These decisions were made by educators and academics.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went after Cat in the Hat, too, but...
what did they not like about Cat in the Hat?
I don't even know, but his foundation said no to that one. They did take out of publication.
The interesting thing is...
So I wonder if you have like a printed version of those other books, are they going to be worth some money if you take care of them?
No, seriously, they are. Yeah, they are. But this thing that's interesting is the same people who are banning that. There was a gentleman, I watched a video online of a gentleman went to a school board meeting, and he was reading from a book that was in the library at that school. And
which actually was profanity.
They wouldn't let him say these words at the school board meeting with adults present.
I saw that.
But he goes, this is in a library for kids. You don't want me reading this because you don't want the parents to know what's in the library that you're giving our kids. And, meanwhile, I can't have Dr. Seuss in there, though.
I know.
That's
it's
terrible.
frustrating. I don't know what we can do to turn this
I'm going to sit over in my corner and be
around.
quiet now, Dan. I'm sorry.
Holy cow. Husband and wife soapbox.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, we were very rarely on this soapbox together.
And we were
I didn't
in
even know who
agreement.
told us both.
I don't believe John's actually ever picked up a book, but okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I could stir the little hornet's nest here.
Thank you.
All right. I know, we all know. We just bounce ahead.
Gonna do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Our guest today, Chris Tonto Paronto. He's going to be in Sioux Falls tomorrow night. We've talked several times leading up to this, and I remember back like in January, it seems so far away. Now, it's tomorrow. We've had you in Sioux Falls in the past. You do a phenomenal job. And I remember last time you were here, I think the book had come out not too far before that. And I think the movie had just come out, 13 hours of the book. And then the movie had come out. Now you're back again tomorrow night. And I'll tell everybody how to get tickets here in just a bit. But what will you be speaking about tomorrow night?
It'll be a little different than the one back then. I'll tell you what, back then it was a little, I was a little angrier, to tell you the truth. It was still relatively new what had happened. And I think I had some reason to be, but I've let a lot of that go. And with the help of God, of course, I have. So God will definitely be part of the speech. I think God needs to be talked about more in speeches in public. And so faith, speech, overcoming adversity, and continuing to honor Tyrone Woods, my two teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty, and of course Ambassador Stevens and Sean Smith. But of course Glenn and Ty, especially since they sacrificed everything so I could come home. And I think that still needs to be talked about, until the day I pass away, and then hopefully the next generation carries it forward.
Absolutely. Now, tomorrow night is the event, and it's called Crucible of Crisis, Values in Action, Resiliency in the Face of Adversity. That's a deep topic, and you got a little bit of time to do it tomorrow, but boy, how are you going to fit all of that in?
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
a lot of trial and error, but military, that's what we do. You try a way, and if it doesn't work, you review. AR is what we call it. You AR yourself, or you review. You go over what you did wrong, right, and you fix it until it fine tunes it, and that's how you do it. And I think anything, just being a speaker, at least in my opinion, like anything else, is if you want to be a good one or good at anything, you have to practice.
Oh yeah,
and that is something in the generation. Maybe the generation right now doesn't understand as well as they probably should. But hard work definitely pays off, and it pays off anything. If you want to be good at anything, you have to work at it. So that's how it's been done. It's just a lot of repetition of me, and also just going through the speech in my head, and then also a little bit of trial and error, try things at different places and what works and what doesn't, as far as talk, when you lose people, when you don't, and then fine tune it until it becomes a very fluid speech. And that's something that, as a public speaker, you have to do that to make sure that, of course, you're resonating with the crowd in front of you, and at least they're getting something out of it. I definitely do. It's very therapeutic for me to talk about it. So I'm getting something out of it on a selfish level, but I want to make sure those there get something out of it, and that's really dealing with adversity and giving examples of what I've had to go through, not just in Benghazi, but prior to that, of how I built up that ability to overcome adversity, and that's what you have to do definitely just to become a Ranger, just to go through Ranger school and everything else. So it is. It's just something that's trial and error. But then when it comes right down to it, the presentation has to be something that people can interact with, they can feel, and they can go, wait a second, I've been through that before. Maybe not combat, but something of adversity that I've gone through that. I know how I can overcome it now, and getting through an obstacle that may be hindering them at this moment in time or something down the road. It's got to stay positive. And that's one thing with the speech has changed quite a bit, is that I don't get into negatives too much anymore. It's about being positive, overcoming adversity, and letting God take the wheel when you're having those problems that you can't get through.
I love that, and that is something that is important, because it's pretty easy to get kind of negative and down, and right now more than ever, boy, we just need to think of the positives and find a positive solution to some of the things that people are going through, because again, you could be very angry all day long easily. Just turn on the news. They'll tell you everything you want to be angry about.
Yes, sir. That's another thing, John. I don't watch the news anymore. That's why you don't see me. Not that they don't ask. They do, the mainstream media and the big media networks. But I don't anymore, because that's what I saw. And I facilitated some of that. So I was even doing my own ARs on myself back in the day. And saying, am I bringing something positive to the table, or am I just really just getting out there and being angry and sensationalizing things and making this big story to just how angry I am? Or am I making something positive out of it? And also remembering Tyrone and Glenn and honoring them. Being angry doesn't honor them. Telling about their life and telling how they gave of themselves, the sacrifice of themselves. John 15:13 is a great verse for that. But how they sacrificed themselves and gave of themselves so others could live. Even though if there's some negative, of course, they lost their lives. But in state, it is positive, because that is what sacrificing God wants us to do, is to give for others. And that's what they did. And that's what the speech really goes that direction now, more so than the angry direction that it used to go.
And again, Chris will be in Sioux Falls tomorrow night. The VFW is hosting this event. I'm going to put all of the details on our Facebook page. Chris, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me again, and God bless you, John. Have a great week, and your weekend coming up as well.
Absolutely. Again, Chris Tonto Paronto, Crucible of Crisis, tomorrow. It's at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. All of the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio. and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Thunder Road Thursday?
A beautiful, beautiful little gift card.
Yeah.
With Thunder Road, worth $25.
And he actually has the gift card in hand right now.
I do. I got a handy little stack of them.
Yeah, I went and picked those up.
Little stack of them. So if you see me in public, just come up and go, hey, Dan, can I get one of those gift cards? I'll say, no.
He really likes this.
You've got to register.
Check his pockets for them. Because he's probably got one in one of the pockets.
Not have a $25. Well, maybe. It depends on my mood. That's all there is to it. Let's see. Who's going to get that little bad boy? How about Sue Peters?
All right.
Sue.
Sue.
Sue, you're the owner and operator of your very own $25 gift card from Thunder Road. What is going on? Speaking of great things, okay, Tom Brady, right? Quarterback,
Yes.
probably the greatest to ever play the game. Well, he's got the stats to prove it. He's got 7 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, that's a lot of rings.
He retired last year, but then he didn't. Played one more season, and got kind of embarrassed, really. Divorced now.
Yep.
From Giselle. Giselle had all the money. You probably didn't know that.
I didn't know
She
that.
had a net worth almost double of his, which is crazy when you think about it. Because I believe his football career, when he finally stepped away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he's worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $400 million. That's just
That's
cash
all?
assets.
How's he going to make it on his own? That's
Yeah.
sad.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I've got the stats here. This is what the future for Tom Brady holds.
Sure hope he was socking some of that away.
Because I've been worried about him.
Yeah.
Well, of course, he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame at some point. But he spent 23 years in the NFL. I mean, he's 46 years old, still
time
QB
in the
Holy,
NFL.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Won 7 Super Bowls, garnering multiple records, putting together a run like no other player in NFL history. His off-the-field life moving forward could end up rivaling that success. He's inked a 10-year, $375 million deal to join Fox Sports
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
as an analyst.
So he'll suit up and sit on that side of the camera now.
Wow.
$37 million a year to blab into a microphone.
That's what Heidi gets paid around here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you said 37 mil? I thought you said $37. Never mind.
A year.
He's been getting plenty of practice on the airwaves, by the way. Earlier last week, Sirius XM announced that it was signing a multi-year renewal to continue his Let's Go podcast. What he's been doing for quite a while. He does that with, holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, from St. Paul, Minnesota, Larry Fitzgerald, who was an outstanding wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals for years.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. I listen to him. Anyway, so yeah, I guess Tom's going to be okay.
Well, that's good because I was a little bit concerned.
I got a dumb question. Arizona Cardinals. What sport is that?
That's the NFL, John.
Is that a football team?
That's why I said Larry was a wide receiver.
Well, I don't know what a wide receiver is. That could be in any sport.
Well,
I don't
no,
know.
it can't.
It could in my book.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Tune into my sports podcast.
I love that.
Even I know what a wide
I
receiver
thought that's
is.
what it was,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There could be wide receiver because Cardinals sounds baseball to me. Is there Cardinals in the baseball?
There
team?
is. St. Louis. Yeah.
St. Louis Card. Okay,
There
see,
you
I
go.
wasn't that far off then. Okay, I was a little ways off.
I do love that. Whenever out there, somebody walks up to John when he wants to talk sports, John goes, I like old Datsun cars and waffles.
Yeah.
And waffles.
And then I give them a hug and I walk away. And if they're not confused by that,
So if you I have been losing sleep over what's going to become a Tom Brady, sleep tight. It's all going to be okay.
There we go.
nice.
It'll be
I'm
okay.
glad to hear that.
All right. Hey, got a blast. John, Heidi, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Have a prosperous, blessed rest of the day. And catch up with you. Well, tomorrow, Friday already?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy cats. All right. We'll see you in the morning.
All right. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets pulled back for Wednesday. That's the third day this week as a growing fear of an economic downturn saps bullish sentiment. The downturn, which has been expected for several quarters, appears to be finally here based on guidance from retailers like Target and Lowe's. In their view, consumer spending will fall double digits this year on top of a 30% correction in the housing market. Demand for mortgages fell to a 28-year low and points to a deepening correction in that sector. On the bright side, not all is lost in the investing world. While most of the S&P 500 index is under pressure, some sectors like fast food are producing growth and guiding for growth in 2023. These stocks offer investors a range of opportunities, including blue chip safety, high yield, and value, depending on where you look. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.